Good morning, traders. Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Let's do a sound test. Good morning, traders. Let's do a sound test and a visual test. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. All right. So let's look at the SPY today. SPY is red uh, for the day. Let's see that what's happened yesterday. Let's look at the daily of SPY. So SPY touched the all-time high and then came down, and now it is losing all the support. It seems like it could be a very red day today. Look at see the how with the momentum it's coming down, and if it's lose this support of 417, then there's a chance that the next support it is on 411, and then the 404. And if you look at the Nasdaq is holding on top, is still very strong, holding all-time high. But if you look at it, this is also touched the all-time high and is coming down. So let's see that whether the SPY moved up and then the Nasdaq take up, to the SPY, or SPY let Nasdaq bring it down. So we need to see that who going to impact who. Hi Bridget, hi Ayub. So that is we need to see the SPY and Nasdaq. So this is a real different chemistry. One is coming out, one is going down since very long time, and ultimately everyone moves up. So before, if you look at this period around the May, the Nasdaq was lagging and SPY was just moving higher and higher. Now SPY is coming down and the Nasdaq is just keep going higher and higher. So that's the overall story we have. And in terms of the gappers, today seems like a typical Friday. And based on the scanners I have, I do not have any nice stocks to move up and down. So I have the CVAC. If you remember yesterday, it was down almost 40%, but then it has just moved higher throughout the day. If you look at it, 5-minute chart, we will able to see that, uh, i- i- initially it came down, and after 10 o'clock, this stock is just ripped higher and higher and higher, and it touched all the way to the pre-market high, which is on the 458, and now today is gapping up higher, and this is the stock we have. I think maybe is in play. It may be an overreaction from 100 to 64, or maybe today is the day when it's going to come down after the engulfing day yesterday. So if we mark the CVAC, um, so clearly we see a support on 62, and the next support we have around 60, and then high of the day, before the high of the day, there is a 65.48 is a resistance, and the major resistance is 66.5. That is the CVAC look like. So I'm gonna put, let me just bring my watch list and remove the yesterday ones. By the way, how were your yesterday, guys? Uh, okay, so let's put the CVAC. I think CVAC is already here, but let me just delete from here. Okay, let's put the CVAC here. Um Next, what I have is the BP. I don't know which company is this, is which sector. It is an energy sector, and look like let's look at the daily. Energy is down, so it is coming from 28.40 to 26. Usually, I don't trade the energy. It's because maybe the crude oil is down, and that's maybe the reason. So I don't know. So I don't trade because there's a lot of dependencies on the news. Um, so I just avoid them to trade. In terms of gapping up, we have CVAC and we have also have a CLNE. So CLNE, if we remember, a few days ago, just like when a Wish and AMC all start popping up, it went all to the 14.50, touched back to the $10, and now again moving back to around the $11 range. So I think this is not going to be different than Wish. Yesterday I have a two losing trade on a Wish, and reason is that you can clearly see this stock is just chopping around this area, and I think this is it is a good sign. It's holding $11, but we need to see that when it's going to break out, because what it's doing is just break out and fails, and I had a two losing trade on this stock. So I'm gonna just put the Wish in a secondary list, and same way, let's mark some level for CLNE on a 5-minute chart. Let me remove all the lines and let's do that. Okay, so let's do some marking on the CLNE. The CLNE gapped up after hours, is a rally, gapped up, moved back up, and right now it is on the support, or on the area where there was after hours trading. So let's mark this as a support and 11:30, and then mark as the resistance now is going to be in 11:50, and the next resistance is 11.67. So there are too many resistance on top after every 20-50 cents. So if you go and make a trade, make sure that you do not expect to break out all the levels. Maybe risk of 10-15 cents, and then the gain of also over 20-25 cents, because you see there's a lot of hurdles each and after every 10-15 cents. It's a very crowded chart. Okay, and oh, it's something also just appeared on my chart, which is TAL. So we know TL was gapping down from last few days. Um this was a time when we was talking about they will lose the support of 30, we need to short. I shorted here, but my both trades were break even because the price action was very slow. But other day, last day, yesterday was a very beautiful red day with a high volume of 46.9 million. So now do we need to see that whether it holds this 21 level or 20 level, or is moved down. So right now it is 11% up. So let's see the intraday. Yeah, so 4 o'clock, the market ends 2060, stock moves to 21, 2010, which is the support it found, and in the pre-market, and this is move up. So right now, the resistance is the 2188, and the next resistance is 2145, and the support I think is going to be created here as a 21. So if it doesn't break this 21 support, and then it has had a good chance to break out and move a little bit higher. I don't expect, if you look at the daily, I don't expect is to go all the way to close this candle, but maybe 22 to 22.5, just the middle of this candle, normally the doji candles created. So that may be the you know area which we need to see. Hi, Andre. Oh, Bridget, red day, uh, maybe oversized. So this, and there are some other stocks I'm looking at it. This is what we have on the gappers list, but there are some stocks I'm looking at it which are making an interesting chart. So let's look at the VIAC. So if you look at the VISC, it's looked like a, a very big consolidation around the 40 and the 42, but it seems like that now if you look at the closer, it went all the way to 43.36 and make a beautiful bear flag around the 40. So I'm gonna watch today. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna watch today, and if it's break this 40 support, because there's an important support here, and if it's break this 40 support, then we might see a further downside momentum on this stock. So let's mark this. And if it's hold this 40, then maybe we'll see a bounce back. So we can play on the both the side depending on the market condition. Market today is seems bearish. So there's a high probability that we're gonna get some supports breaks. So let's put this into our watch list, and if we see if it's break the 40 level, then we might see some kind of a momentum on the downside. Other interesting stock what I see here, which is the Baidu. It's a little spready stock, but if you look at it, it's making a bear flag consolidation, and this is a very important level support which is on the 184 185, and if it's break the support, and if it's come underneath of a 184, there is a possibility that we can see some downside of momentum, because if you look at the daily, the support, the bigger support is created around 176, right? And so then there is a big gap or room here if the stock move under 184. So maybe the whole number 180 could find a support, or no, I don't know. But if the market breaks down, there is a potential here. We see the gap. All moving averages are down underneath of that. So this looks very bearish. And if it's break this, and all the individuals who have traders who have bought it on this area thinking of running up over 204, but if it's break down and touch their break even, they might bail out, right? So this could be an interesting area where all the new buyers will turn into a red. So we need to see that whether we can get this kind of a breakdown or no. Okay, so this is one, and the next one which we have traded, we were stalking the stock net last few days to extended stock, and we are looking for some downside momentum. I traded yesterday over 100 for a 1 point trade. Right now it is underneath of 100. And let's go back to RBLX. This can be a good learning experience for us. So see here what happened when the stock moved to 100. Okay, and we saw that this moved to 100. It tried couple of days, and then it flushed down to 80. Now net is also look like that it has traveled from 67 to 100 like the RBLX, but it has a very big engulfing candle which is broke the 100. Yesterday it closed over the 100, but now today in the pre-market it couldn't go over 150. It now in the 99. So sometimes what happened that after the big engulfing day, you see a big red day, because so many traders who have taken the profit, they might have say, okay, they're gonna stop out, or they're gonna take the profit if it go underneath of certain support. Right now we see there is a 97 support, right? And those who have not taken the profit yet, they might be thinking, okay, if it's gonna come down, break the support, then I'm gonna take the profit. So maybe this is a good area to see if this stock after the engulfing turn red, then we might have a potential to see some downside momentum. I don't know how far it will go, but there is a possibility that we can see some kind of momentum here. So that's why I'm going to watch uh, NET as well. Okay, let's look at what you guys have. Uh, and yeah, so Andre saying ATHA. Let's check ATHA. Wow. So it seems like the same thing like CVAC. uh, more than 50% drop. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. So it came down, moved back up, again tried to move back up in the pre-market, sold off heavily, again touched the same support and bouncing back. So it seems like a 1025 is a key support level, and 1189, 1180 seems like a kind of a good resistance. So maybe just bring it back to 1150 here as a resistance. So let's see what it does now. We can keep this into our watch list, and it's a big gappers, always risky. What is a low stock, low price, so it's not that as risky as the CBAC, where the 5-minute candle is all about the $5 range. Right now, we only see a $1 range, so it's still manageable. We can still take a reasonable risk here. Let's take a PTH. Is a very low volume right now. Uh, right now, it is making a beautiful pattern to break out, but just remember this has a resistance over 168, it has a resistance of 169, and the market is not supportive. So I don't know that whether we're going to see some kind of a bull day here or no. Guys, really appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions if you have. And any other stock you guys wanted to see, which I have missed. So TAL, VIAC, CVAC, Baidu, Wish, Net, ATHA. These are the ones which we're going to look at it in our watch list today. Let me see some small caps charts if we have any scanner. Okay, so this TIRX coming from last 2 days on our scanner. Let's quickly check TIRX. A very bad chart, ugly chart. Okay, so not interested. What else we have? What were the yesterday IPOs? Anyone keeping track of yesterday IPOs? Because sometimes IPO works good. Second day. Any important IPO yesterday? Anyone tracking? EVS. Let's check EVS. Okay, I don't know why EVS is not EV. Oh, you mean the electric vehicle sector? Okay, let's check. That's XPAV. Okay, XPAV is making very bullish today, slightly. As the market is red today, so I don't know that do we need to go long, uh, or uh, but we can put into a list today. If the market turns red to green, then maybe these stocks may again have some kind of a momentum. What Tesla is doing today? So Tesla is still under $600 range. So yeah, so I don't know. We can put it there. Okay, some levels XPAV. Okay, let's check in the XPAV levels. Um, so yesterday high 44 could be an important support, and right now the stock is holding this 44 support, so this could be an interesting support here. If it's break that support, then definitely we can see some kind of a push lower. Next is support is a 43.50, and then 42.89, and yeah, and then it's just gonna lose all the momentum and come all the way to the 41. So we'll see. And let's look at the daily. Daily, okay, so level is the yesterday IPO. Open price 1875, sell off heavily, and now is holding the 16 support. So that could be interesting. Let's mark the support 1655 to 17, and if it's go over this, then we might see some kind of momentum. Let's put this um, into a list and see that what it happens. And then the other ones is VRV. So very is have a green day yesterday. It looks better than the LYEL. And then uh, if you look at the 5 minutes, it's open and then move back up, found the support at 30, again move back at 32, and then found the support 30. So right now it is clearly a resistance at the 3260, and then there's a support around 30, and the lower level has been created around 31. So now what is important is that if it's stay within this 31 to 32 and we get some kind of a good formation and is breaking out with the volume, then we can consider these two as well. I think this looks good. So let's put this into uh, as well. UTME, let's quickly check UTME. UTME, let's look at the daily. Oh, so yesterday it gapped up and then it just sold off heavily through 19. Now uh, it is gapping up. This seemed like an interesting one, like a CVAC. We don't know what is going to happen, whether it's going to continue the downward side momentum or is going to move back up. So I don't know. All right, guys. So these are the ones. Let's limit them this Friday. Take it easy. Don't overtrade, and take it slowly. Watch for your setups. Number two is that if you are red for the week, my advice is just trade in the demo. And if you are green for the week, do not lose that much money that you go red. So for instance, if you're $100 positive for the week, you should only risk $50 today. So then you have a nice weekend, relaxed weekend, rather than you will have a worrisome weekend and then the next week also going to impact. So always work on the psychology. So if you're red for the week, do not trade. If you are green for the week, do not lose enough that you get in the revenge mode, or you will frustrated. Only lose enough that it make you happy and it make you sleep well. So with that note, let's have a green day and the green week. And if I do some good trades, I'm gonna make a recap. Check out my yesterday recap. I made some recap on my some of the good trades I had. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday then.